maliciously create databases without seeking democratic consent. I'm perfectly happy to accept we lose the argument, but at least let's have the argument out in the open. And why I think your event this evening was so timely. By the way, you seem very reticent to give information over to the state. What's enormously reticent to come forward? There you go. No, but you should. I think at least this election might nonetheless offer us an opportunity. It might be an opportunity too late, which is, I think, lies behind your question, but an opportunity nonetheless to have the retrospective democratic debate about that balance between the individual and the state that hasn't occurred over the last decade.
On the first question, I'm in favour of strengthening the Information Commissioner's powers. I'm in favour of them being able to intervene on major intrusion into our privacy from major organisations like Google. I'm in favour of giving young people much greater information as part of their schooling in terms of how to protect themselves from intrusion, not just from the state, but from what they're actually doing online and using operations like Facebook, so that they know precisely what will be held and what will be available in the future. And that would be the biggest safeguard of all, to actually ensure that we have proper education about what new communication can actually do, what it means, what the dangers, as well as the opportunities are. And I was quite proud when I was Home Secretary to get engaged very helpfully in setting up the working party that looked at how we could protect our children better from the major dangers that come, as we saw in the terrible murders and so on. So there's a two-way process here. There's informing young people, there's educating, there's making sure that we have proper powers with the Information Commissioner. And one of the tragedies of the last 13 years is that a government that actually brought in the Freedom of Information Act, the Human Rights Act, and yes, the Data Protection Act, and the Information Commissioner is now seen by people like you, Nick, as having actually, if you like, opened the doors, the floodgates to unfettered intrusion into people's lives. There is an open debate to be had. My only appeal to all those here tonight, you wouldn't be here if you weren't committed, is don't cry wolf when people are not intending to take away people's freedom. Let us try and join together in actually combating where people's freedom is genuinely being intruded upon. And I've learned something tonight, because firstly, I
You don't understand what you're talking about.
Of course, no, you see, the great freedom of democracy is that you can believe that I don't, and I can learn from you when I don't. That is about what democracy is for. And I wouldn't have come tonight if I wasn't actually interested and I hadn't sat down with Simon and listened to him. And that, I think, is one of the greatest benefits of all, that we don't have to shout at each other, we can actually learn from each other. And thank you very much for reminding me about that.